The film immediately thrusts the viewer into a desperate, chilling scene of the apartment's malignant power through the struggle of the previous tenant, Frau Steiner. She is depicted as horrifically frail, her movements excruciatingly slow as she crawls across the antique floor, wearing a heavy, woven shawl that speaks of constant cold and depletion. This initial visual emphasizes her near-total lack of vitality. Her attempt at escape is meticulous. She ties a length of rope securely to a massive, imposing piece of furniture and carefully throws the rope's end out of the open window. However, her effort is futile. As she loses her grip trying to descend, the rope snags, and she is yanked back with surprising force, dramatically pulled across the floor and back into the center of the room by the unseen, but palpable power of the apartment itself, confirming this structure is a sentient, hostile jailer. The setting shifts to the present, introducing Anna, a young woman seeking a fresh start after a recent, emotionally taxing breakup with her boyfriend, Daniel. She is shown the apartment by the building's caretaker, a stern man whose overly polite demeanor fails to mask a profound, unsettling weariness. Anna is instantly captivated by the apartment's appearance and the ridiculously low rent, easily overlooking the signs of neglect, the overly ornate, dusty decor, and the thick, suffocating layers of antique lace doilies covering almost every surface. The previous tenant, the now elderly Frau Steiner, is present, offering an unsettling, almost theatrical goodbye, claiming with a disconcerting cheerfulness that she is moving out to travel the world. Anna, desperate to escape her personal past, signs the lease without hesitation, missing a subtle, momentary visual distortion in the glass that makes the apartment's architecture look physically predatory. Anna's initial attempts to make the apartment her own are met with its insidious, active resistance. She tackles the ingrained dirt and sticky grime left on the antique furniture, scrubbing vigorously, but the filth and dust immediately reappear with frustrating speed, a constant, futile cycle that drains her effort. Her attempt to introduce a modern aesthetic is violently rejected. She tries to cover the ancient, hideous floral wallpaper with new, brightly patterned paper, only for the old paper to aggressively peel back through the fresh layer. In one instance, a piece of the old wallpaper physically seems to snatch at her throat when she tries to destroy it with fire, confirming the apartment's conscious rejection of her identity and its obsession with maintaining its aged form. This environmental friction mirrors her difficulty in fully severing ties with Daniel, who keeps calling. The apartment moves beyond simple resistance to full-scale attack, initiating its vampiric process of draining Anna's youth. One morning, Anna wakes up to a terrifying physical change. Her face is covered in deep, sudden wrinkles, and her once bright hair is rapidly streaked with gray. This accelerated aging is accompanied by loud, guttural groaning noises emanating from the building's structure, a sound that clearly communicates the entity's satisfaction from feeding. Desperate, she seeks medical help, claiming to be only 25, but the doctor remains professionally skeptical, diagnosing anxiety and suggesting a psychological consultation. The final, chilling confirmation of her doom occurs when she examines her photo ID. Her image on the card has suddenly aged to match her current appearance, and the distinct pattern of the apartment's omnipresent doily is faintly visible imprinted on the plastic. Returning to the apartment in a state of visible distress and physical decay, Anna is intercepted by the caretaker. He then reveals the full, terrifying truth of the arrangement. He explains that the apartment is a creature with a never-ending appetite, subsisting entirely on the youth and vitality of its residents. He confirms the horrifying protocol. Anna cannot physically leave without securing a fresh, young tenant to replace her, as the further she attempts to travel from the building, the faster her body will age and deteriorate, explaining why Frau Steiner was forced to return. He chillingly recounts that an attempt decades ago to starve the building resulted in the apartment aging an entire school class next door into rapid senility, emphasizing its destructive reach. The caretaker, who is now clearly revealed to be a long-suffering, unwilling attendant to the creature, offers her a cup of coffee and biscuits, a final, horrifying gesture of comfort in her luxurious, yet inescapable death trap. The film drives toward its moral climax when Daniel, Anna's ex-boyfriend, calls, intending to pick up his last belongings. Anna sees her only opportunity for survival. She must lure him into the apartment's grasp, sacrificing his youth for her freedom. She attempts to quickly clean and disguise the apartment's sinister atmosphere, but struggles intensely with the moral cost of betraying the man she still loves. The internal conflict is visualized when she catches her reflection and sees not her current aged self, but a vision of a terrified, completely withered old woman, the vision of her inevitable end. When Daniel arrives, she ultimately falters, unable to go through with the betrayal. In a final act of human morality, she allows him to leave, sealing her fate by choosing to protect him. In the final, devastating moments, Daniel walks away, completely oblivious to the danger he escaped and the sacrifice Anna just made. Anna, now visibly aging at a catastrophic rate, drops onto the floor in the exact, submissive posture as the opening tenant. She is seen clutching the thick shawl, now a symbol of the apartment's prisoners, and staring blankly ahead. The camera focuses on her, now a completely withered, ancient woman, fully completing the cycle of consumption. The apartment, sated, absorbs her. The scene cuts to the apartment door as the caretaker brings in a new, bright-eyed, unsuspecting young tenant and delivers the same chilling, required lie about the former tenant traveling the world, confirming the eternal, cyclical, and deeply insidious hunger of the Vienna apartment as the credits begin to roll.